And we are live. Yes, we are. We have a heartbeat. Hello, 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 everyone. Happy Monday. Oh my God, why is my. Oh, there we go. What is going on here? Super excited to be here with everyone, including my good friend Kitty. We are here to play.
And look, my diffuser has decided to add some ambiance, some
There we
October
go.
ambiance to this.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, as everybody knows, or maybe you don't know, that when Kitty and I get together, we come together to play, and we also come together to provide some amazing insight. And oh my God, the insight that we have to share tonight, you definitely want to grab a pen and paper so you could jot down some notes, or come back later, rewatch it, and then take some notes. How about you do that? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have Kitty introduce herself, and then I'm just going to make sure we are streaming where we need to be streaming. So, Kitty, introduce yourself and talk a little bit about our title, which is Scorpio, Virgo, Libra.
Well,
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
which is this transitional fall time. It's fall. Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio are our fall placements. And I'm Kitty Foss, your storytelling astrologist, reader of the stars. And we have such a powerful new moon coming up with a solar eclipse that's in Libra. That's part of the Libra message. We have a lot of placements being activated at the moment, especially those of Virgo and Scorpio. As a matter of fact, I had somebody reach out to me tonight, and I just sent her the message just before we got on here and said, I'm going to send you the live tonight with Joanne to watch, because she said, what's going on with Scorpios? And I said, a lot's going on with Scorpios.
Yes.
And part of it is there's a lot of us who are around my age who have Pluto in Virgo. So that's Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio.
Now, I'm going to interrupt. I'm going to interrupt 1 second and say, there's a lot of people that has Pluto in Virgo that's in your age. Now, Miss Kitty, I have Pluto in Virgo as well.
Okay, well, we're how many years apart?
I don't know. How many years apart are we?
Well, I'm 63.
And
I won't be 63 until November 11th. Okay.
All right, so we're 10 years apart.
Okay. So, and as we know, Pluto moves very, very slowly.
Can she say that again? Very slowly.
Very slowly. Takes it 246 years as on average to go through the 12 signs of the zodiac. This forward that Pluto will be doing in Aquarius is almost 30 years long. So because it is an elliptical orbit, it's not the same each time it enters the sign. And it was in Virgo for a very long time. And so that's why there are so many of us with Pluto and Virgo, pretty much down to, I'd have to look it up exactly, but I would bet you from about 50 to about 67, I would say. So that is being very, very activated. Scorpio placement being activated, partially because, as we talked about in the last live, for some reason, whenever in this, there are 27 times that the moon goes void of course in September and October, and 19 times out of that 27, as soon as it moves void of course, which means your own moon steps up, your own private energy, Pluto is talking to your moon. That Pluto energy, that is Scorpio, pushing you for transformation in structures, in bigger pieces, because Pluto is in Capricorn. And again, Pluto is the ruler of Scorpio, that transformational energy. And out of those 8 placements that are left, notice the 8th house, Scorpio, are left. 3 of them have a conversation then with Mars, the traditional ruler of Scorpio. Very much additional Scorpion energy. So that's 22, ding, 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 Joanne, times that a Scorpio energy is stepping forward to deal with your moon. So it's very, very, of course, we're getting ready for the time of Scorpio on the 23rd. Very, very transformative. We also have Mars, again, the traditional ruler of Scorpio before they discovered Pluto. We have Mars moving into Scorpio on the 12th, the traditional Columbus Day. Yes.
What is that? Well, we'll say 2.5 days from now, because tomorrow is the 10th. So
And true to form, in that void of course, the moon is trine Pluto. It's one of those days. So there's a big Scorpion transformation energy happening. Tomorrow, Pluto moves direct. So we're starting to feel that come to the outside of us. Very transformative. Look at the smoke that's appearing as I'm saying this.
Yes. And as you do say that, Kitty, I like to share with our audience, share with you as well. I've actually spoken to 3 people today, and each one of them reached out to me to let me know that they closed their offices of their business, and each one of them have either Capricorn rising, Capricorn moon, or sun energy, and each one of them were like, my God, I cannot believe this is happening. And of course, I shared my story of me closing my storefront a year ago. And this is what Pluto does. Anything that is no longer aligned with our energy of where we are going, our frequencies of how we are rising, what no longer really resonates with our energy. It's not that it doesn't resonate with us. It doesn't resonate with our energy.
No.
And because it doesn't resonate with our energy anymore, these things are going to melt away. Pluto is going to come in, and as I always say with Pluto, it's like that big yellow tractor that comes in and starts digging things up and digging it out.
The heat's finally catching up in my camper. Yes, and Pluto in Capricorn is what 2020 was. It was this big mass of these outer planets stepping forth. And astrologers actually had been talking about it for years, wondering what was that going to be, since Pluto in Capricorn was the bigger structure, the bigger understanding, and Jupiter in Capricorn, and all of these planets that were stepping forth, and that was 2020's energy. That's when it started with Saturn. And so we are talking about transformative energy that is restructuring. And remember, it dipped into that Aquarian energy, and that Aquarian energy is the French Revolution, the U.S. Constitution. And look at what Capricorn looked like leading up to the French Revolution, leading up to the U.S. Constitution. So that's the kind of energy we're moving through. And we keep going back over this. We dipped into that vision of what we're becoming, the ideal. And then we went back to help us restructure and get ready for it. We dipped back in for 9 months. And then we go back into this little period of time again, only it's very short, to finally launch that structure. There's a lot of transitions happening, both in people's work life, in their family life, and sometimes with their life at this point.
Yes, and just stepping back into, as Kitty was speaking about 2020, based on numerology, it just really makes a lot of sense where we were in that Pluto Capricorn energy, because when we add 2020 together, we come out with a 4, which is about our foundation. It's about literally bringing that balance, that stability into our foundation, or for that matter, pulling things out of our foundation so we can have more balance and stability in our lives. So when we really think about what we all experienced in 2020 going forward, it makes a lot of sense.
Yes, it does. It really does. And of course, and then, so the Libra piece is, of course, the sun right now. We have this transformative energy, and this, of course, is water. This is earth, and this is air. So it's very much about receiving and that expressing of how we think. What is the harmony? And because we have the Libra sun, We have Mercury that has moved into Libra. As of today, we still have Mars in Libra. We have this other piece that is the nodal axis, the South Node in Libra. And it really is pushing that transformation about harmony and balance, things we've been doing that have not really brought us harmony and balance. They may have brought us a stagnation, and it's getting changed. That's what this Scorpio piece that is stepping up. We had Venus move into Virgo, and it's called its fall position, which means it has seemingly the least power. And so what Venus is doing in Virgo is trying to find all the beauty to weave a picture, to put together in relationship, because Venus is our relationship energy, and Virgo is about all of our nuances. Be very aware that sometimes Venus and Virgo can be a little nitpicky in relationship. Things can really irritate us, but that's on us. What do we do to be unirritated?
Yes.
And not necessarily leash out at the other person, because again, we have Mercury wanting us to balance and figuring out what the message is.
Yes. In addition, our mutable signs will actually be feeling a lot of this.
Yes.
As well. Everyone will feel it, but the mutables will actually feel this energy as we experience this Virgo, this Venus Virgo.
Well, and we have our fixed Scorpio energy. We have our cardinal Libra, and we have our mutable Virgo. Yes. So we have the whole continuum, what starts us, what we transform, get the work done, and how we finish it up is really very evident this week.
Yes. Yes.
And then tomorrow we have Pluto going direct. So
yes. On our 1010 portal.
Right.
So there's no words. There's no words to talk about how Pluto goes direct in our 1010 portal. Now, for those of you out there who are not familiar with portal energy, portals is where the veil gets really thin between the spirit realm and the human realm. And it's just that much easier for all of us to communicate the spirit, and for those who are ready to transition. So during a portal cycle, and we have plenty of them in the month of October for that matter, but the 1010 is the biggest one. And it just makes it easier for loved ones who are ready to cross over. So we are definitely going to read about celebrities, because that's usually what we do hear about, who do cross over during this period of time, during this whole season, this fall experience, where you're just going to feel like, oh my God, another one passed away. And that's what we're going to be saying to ourselves during the cycle because of these portals.
I talked about since the equinox up until this solar eclipse, the energy is kind of unstoppable coming at us. And just for fun, also Mars at the moment is squaring our Pluto energy, so it's hard. There's a resistance from what do I change, where do I put my will in getting things to change. And so we had Venus move into so last Wednesday we had Mercury move into Libra. Venus moved into Virgo yesterday. Today we get a little bit of a break, though we're still dealing with that Mars squaring Pluto energy. And then we have tomorrow we have Pluto that goes direct, and we're really feeling that now. That transformation, it feels like it's coming from the outside. So this person that called me said they were seeing a lot of relationship things with Scorpios because they're being asked to change. And with this Venus placement in Mercury, sometimes people are going to be demanding things that perhaps when they think about it is like, whoa, but just trying to figure out what is causing this need to find different understanding of relationships, different understanding. Of course, we're talking about Libra energy during the sun. And then on Thursday, we have Mars moving into Scorpio. So we
Yes.
very much are about transforming our will, and shocking, not, as it moves void of course, once again, Pluto is stepping in to deal with our very personal moon energy. This is highly unusual that it's so much dealing in that void of course with our own moon's energy. And then we have a very, very powerful solar eclipse in Libra. Last time it was like this was 1996, I think.
And
So
that's on Friday or Saturday?
That's Saturday. So it's ending a 7-year cycle, ending a 14-year cycle, and a 21-year. So,
and what is the date to Saturday?
Saturday is the 14th.
Thank you. Only because as you're showing, I'm getting all my numbers together because I want to talk a little bit about the numerology aspects of all of this.
And I'm
really important.
I'm looking at it's very, very cosmic because we're talking about.
I think you may want to turn down your diffuser just a little bit. I think it's going to kill you.
Not sure what's going on with that. It's not that there's nothing in it. This is just the water, the moon.
Oh,
water.
wow.
So anyway, we're dealing with a 27-year cycle. We're dealing with and it's interesting because the new moon's at 1:55 p.m. in Libra, and the solar eclipse is at 6:13 a.m. and it goes for about 3 hours and 3 minutes, and it ends at 9:03 Eastern Standard Time.
Did you say 6:03 a.m.?
Yep. So we're looking at very cosmic numbers, aren't we?
Yes.
Very Tesla numbers.
Yes. So as we speak of numbers, I'm going to backtrack here a little bit. I want to backtrack, obviously, to today, because today is the 9th. The overall energy is an 8 for today. I want to talk a little bit about that 9 energy because that's the energy that tomorrow we're going to be in based on that 10-10. And for those of you who are not familiar with numerology, when we talk numbers, every number from 1 to 100 gets reduced down to a single digit, except for 3 numbers, which are master numbers, 11, 22, 33. We think about 8 energy, which is theoretically the energy we are in right now for the entire month of October. This is giving us a preview of what 2024 is going to look like. And whatever's going on for you right now, this is an example to 2024. In addition to, when we think of tomorrow's energy, that 9, it's about the transformation. As we are in that portal, how will we all transform? What are we all letting go of tonight when we do go to bed? And how are we going to wake up in the morning a different version of who we are? The transitioning that we are going to be experiencing when we sleep tonight, and when I say this, it may sound a little cuckoo, but theoretically, most of us, if not all of us, when we do sleep, we do transition over to heaven and connect with our loved ones. We don't remember it. Some of us don't remember it. I have very fond memories when I do cross over because I come back to give messages to those that I was given messages from. So the key question is, when you wake tomorrow, take note of how different you are in this portal energy and with Pluto going direct in Capricorn. And how that's going to, it's catchy, how that is going to influence you, because Capricorn is about your soul's calling, your purpose, your career. Are you thinking about a shift in your career, or has the universe forced you to think about a shift in your career? Then we move out of the 10-10 and we move into the 10-11 energy, which is actually a 10-day, which is a day of new beginnings, the day after the portal period. I'm going to dive away from that for a little bit because I really want to talk about the October 12th energy, which is what Kitty was speaking about, where Mars is going to be moving out of Libra and stepping into Scorpio. And the overall day of that, before I dive into that, we think about the 12th. The 12th itself is another portal. The 12th, when we think about it, opens up our energy into being a leader, but also being able to be collaborative, connect with other people, which is that 12 energy. Works out overall day for an 11. So on the day that Mars is going to go into Scorpio is a day where we is known as a master healer, where we are literally working on healing our journey so we can transform, which is that Scorpio energy. It's about transforming. Just as Pluto goes direct in Capricorn, Pluto, the ruler of Scorpio, this is all about, the way I see it, it's all about a major transformation that we're all experiencing this entire week. What are we peeling away? What are we making space for so we can bring in going forward? And then we move into that amazing new moon energy on the 16th, you said?
14th.
14th. I do have that written here. Yes. Which again, when we add those numbers up, first of all, the 14, 1, 4 adds to a 5. That's a day of change. How are we changing? How is this new moon helping us to change? That's going to influence the transformations that we are experiencing at this very time. When we take that overall date in itself, the 5, the 1, which is our 6 plus 7, we get a 13, which is 4. We're back to our foundation. Didn't we start off with that? The word foundation? We started there. So we just did a full circle conversation about our foundation. It is that is changing for every one of us. Our foundation is changing. In fact, funny story, and I'm sure Kitty can talk more on it. Probably the next time Kitty and I chat or do another live, Kitty's background might look a little different. Yes?
Oh, probably. Who knows what we'll look like?
And why is that, Miss Kitty? Why is your background going to look a little different?
Because my Sagittarius rising is hitting the road again. So
exactly.
a little bit earlier than originally thought. I'm going to go actually be in Detroit for about a month, a little more than a month, helping out my sister who's had some surgery.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Also traveling to Sedona with a friend, and to meet another friend, and then maybe from there, December headed to Myrtle Beach.
Exactly. So foundation. We talk about foundations. Everyone's foundations are going to start to look, well, I should say this way, politically correct. Most people's foundation will look a little different going forward based on the shifts, the transitions, the letting go with this Pluto in Capricorn, this new moon that's coming in. And what powerful numbers. I mean, when you think about it, the powerful number, 6:03 a.m., and then the solar eclipse starts at 9:03.
No, the solar eclipse starts at 6:03. It lasts for 3 hours.
To 9:03.
And then it ends at 9:03.
Thank you.
The actual talk about a number. The actual new moon is at 1:55 p.m. So 11.
Yeah. So we're back to 11 again.
Yeah.
So this is definitely, when we think about all of this energy, we start off with that 8 energy for today, which is Monday. And we move into that 9, then we have our 10, and then we have that 11 again. And then as we get to the weekend, we're moving into that 11 again, which is that based on the time. Based on the time, let's not get confused. So we have opportunities to be the master healer. What is it that you want to heal? What is it that needs to heal? Sometimes what needs to heal and what we want to heal may not always be the same thing. So this is
and especially because this particular solar eclipse, new moon, because new moons are about setting our intentions, is a catalyst for the year. So it is a microcosm. It is about unity with relationships, social and personal settings. Because of the South Node, what relationships, contracts, unity have I participated in? Again, that I either want to embrace and make greater in my life, or say, you know what, those aren't beliefs I really have, and I didn't realize how much I had bought into that. And it's a purification. It's a great day for a purification ceremony, to start over, to let go of what I'm not even aware of that's in my way.
Well, I think I started my purification just by decluttering my closet. That
Yep.
this afternoon, I finally took the 8 bags down. I still have 3 more to take down to the garbage that I cleared out. And as I showed Kitty, I didn't even make a dent. Didn't even make a dent. I still have more to do, and I will. During the course of this week, I may go and do another box or two, or maybe tomorrow on Wednesday, mostly probably Wednesday because I don't have much going on. But that's a great time for it. Kitty, those who are watching, whether they're watching with us now or later, what, when they're looking at their charts, what would be the, let me get my thoughts together. What placements should they be looking at?
Well, I would look at your daily placements because our so your daily placements are anything. This part's science. In the solar system, from Mars back to the sun, those are your daily energies. So it's Mars, it's Venus, it's Mercury, it's your moon. Because those 3 daily energies, Mars, Venus, and Mercury, all shifted this week. Highly unusual that they all shifted that really in just over a week from last Wednesday to this Thursday. Plus, we have a big player coming direct in Pluto. And so there's some huge transformation that's happening in your daily output of energy, in how you're looking at relationship, and how you're communicating, keeping things balanced, or experiencing using your voice differently. That's the other part when you're in talking about Mercury. You're talking about your experience as well, talking about technologically, but your experience and how I communicate or how I experience my life. You've got this Venus who's looking at all the little parts creatively in a relationship, trying to figure those out. And then you get Mars that just wants to transform and get this straightened out. And
Yeah,
then
Mars doesn't want to do a little bit of work. Mars just wants to dive in and go.
Mars just wants to go. That's that cardinal starting energy. And it starts just before we have an opportunity to manifest, to purify, and look at how am I going to unify myself first. Because when I get my own act together, I'm able to participate very fully. And I also can be a little more choosy about who I participate with. So.
Yes. In fact, I was just telling a client that today, where we get to choose. We get to make a decision. We get to decide if the situation feels time-consuming or overwhelming or distracting or annoying, you get to choose that, or you can choose something else. And you get to choose. And if you choose all of the stuff that's a lower frequency, then that's what you've chosen. There's a reason why you choose that. Sit with it. Examine it. Do, as I would say, based on the Virgo energy, is evaluate it. My word would be problem solving. Kitty's word is
solution generate.
There you go. But regardless of which way you want to use it, you're going to sit and evaluate why you're choosing that versus something that might be a lighter experience. Because I truly believe that whatever we choose, we're choosing it because there's a lesson behind it. And sometimes, as a client was saying to me earlier today, sometimes when we are in that space of wanting to be more calmer and in the joy, we start to feel guilty because we are calm and joy. And that's a normal feeling. Sometimes we will feel, oh my God, is it okay for me to be in joy and calmness? Oh, I shouldn't be in joy and calmness. So then you feel guilty about it. And rather than feeling guilty, you'd rather just feel the feelings of this is time consuming, this is frustrating, because it's easier to feel that than to allow yourself to be in that space of guilt, which allows you to be in your joy and calm. So you really have to sit back and evaluate why you choose, because you're choosing it. Yeah, and it's okay. And it's okay to give yourself permission to say, well, today I'm going to choose to be in my frustration. And why? Because I'd rather not feel the guilt of being in my joy. And be honest with yourself. Be honest, be truthful to yourself, because again, that's that opposition, that Virgo energy of that Pisces energy. Truthful. Be honest with why you're choosing the frustration, because I'd rather not feel guilty because I feel joyful. And when you
Well,
can get to that, go ahead.
and sometimes it's that I am going to turn down my diffuser because hopefully,
Because it's trying to, even though it's only water.
It's also that sometimes these feelings come up, and this is part of what's happening in this purification, just to be felt. If we cannot assign them a thought, sometimes they're released by just feeling them. Our body's always, mind is always trying to make patterns out of things. And sometimes just feeling them and not trying to solve it with our head allows them to go, and pathways open up.
Yeah. And in addition to that, sometimes we feel it in our bodies, which is the Virgo energy anyways, that sometimes you'll feel whatever it is that you're feeling in your body. Allow yourself to feel it. Do not be in a rush to put a Band-Aid on it, such as, take something to ease it away. Take a moment and feel it. Be uncomfortable in that feeling of whatever shows up in your body. Because when you do, that will give you that sense to release it as well, because not being so quick to give it an emotion, and not being so quick to get rid of it, it helps you to understand it. And when you understand it, and understanding it could just mean, just say to yourself, I don't understand this. And that's understanding it, because you don't understand it. And that's okay. Sometimes we don't need to understand the things that show up. I mean, heck, 90% of the things that go on in my life, I sit back and say, I never understand what the hell's going on. But that's okay. It's going on because it's going on.
The big caution this week is, especially as Mars moves into Scorpio, is these are kind of strong-willed or lost placements, like the Venus piece. And words are very important, because we have Mercury that's in balance, and Mercury is the ruler of Virgo. So there is a really strong-willed piece about where we're going to use our voice, not to bowl people over, but not to suppress ourselves. And so, sometimes just saying, it's all right, I don't know exactly what you're saying. I don't know. I'm just going to feel this and see where I go. Exactly. It's not about other people. It's about me, and I'm just going to let it be about me.
Exactly. And give yourself permission to choose. If you're choosing to be in whatever the space is, recognize why you're choosing to be in that space. As I said with my client, and she chooses that because she'd rather not feel the guilt of her joy and calmness.
Oh, excuse me.
Okay, it's acceptable. So before Kitty starts joining on us, let's pull some cards so we can.
I already pulled 2.
All right, so give us what you got, because I didn't pull any. Yes.
It's interesting because of the numbers around the 14th. It was very cosmic numbers. I went to my very cosmic deck beyond Lemuria. And the first one I pulled is water, and it's number 12, and it's the overflow. And this is very big a potential right now. This overflow of the swamp of what we're transforming, what are our emotions that are coming up. But what came out of it was, understand that this is balancing the forces. Very, very Libra. Very much balancing the forces of water and emotion and what we're putting together, so that we can move that frequency up, that vibration, expand it.
All right, one of my cards fell out, so we're going to start with the one that fell, and then I'm choosing another. Oh, perfect cards.
Oh, by the way, balanced forces is 19. So it's a 2.
Say that again?
Balance for one was 12 and one was 19.
Oh, okay. Thank you. We've only talked about the number 11 a handful of times tonight, so we might as well continue.
Right.
With the number 56, which is our 11. The 5 is about the changes that we are all going through. The 6 represents our, well, let me back up a second. Back up just a second. The 5, which is where Virgo just, where Venus just came from our Leo energy. Now it's in the Virgo energy, which is our 6. It's about what we talk about based on numerology. It's about the unconditional love and the nourishment that you want to give to yourself. Nourishment. Whatever nourishment means for you, but you want to give it to yourself. This is about holding on to faith, recognizing that, yes, with Pluto being such a big player in tomorrow's energy, the 1010, whatever is going to be destroyed, trust that you no longer need it. Do not allow yourself to try to hold on to something because you're afraid of the unknown. So let it go. Because the sooner you let it go, the sooner you make your space and you can start to set your new intentions with this new moon and believe and trust and have faith that something else is going to come through, something else that's going to be more in alignment to where you are going. The chakra is the heart energy, which makes a lot of sense because when we talk about our Libra energy of relationships, it is about the matter of the heart. So have faith to all the relationships you are in and trust this process. So that's the first card that literally flew out the deck. And I put it back into the deck to shuffle it up again. And it was the funniest thing because when I put it back into the deck, I put it back into the deck upright. So it was facing upward like this. And it still flew out the damn deck. So it was something that wanted to come out. I'm like, really? Okay.
Definitely.
Yes, the second card is rebirth, which is what we're all experiencing. We're all experiencing this transformation. We're all going to look very different. We're all going to speak very different. We're even going to dress differently to some degree. The numbers 2, 1, just backwards of that 12 energy, works into our 3 again, so that Mercury energy. And it's again the heart energy, except it's the high heart. This is about the compassion. This is about the joy. This is about the unconditional love. This is about the kindness and the grace that you want to show yourself. And then, of course, as you show it to yourself, all the people around you are going to reflect that as well. And it's going to beam right back at you because you're beaming it out to others. So it's a really powerful 2 cards, fate and rebirth. Our 11 and our 3. Powerful, powerful cards.
Well, it's interesting because I did the same thing. I pulled the card that came before, so I put it back in, and it came out yet a 3rd time. And that is balanced forces. And part of the balanced force, so first it was water, balancing your emotion, and now it's balancing what it is you want to manifest.
Ooh, love that.
This is really about, and it's 36, which is 9, and once again 20. And so very cosmic numbers, very much about what do I want to attract, what it is that I'm going to balance, what are the forces that are at work for me in this bringing forth these emotional pieces.
You're not going to believe the card I just pulled out.
What?
Goodness gracious.
You think we get used to this, but we don't.
Do we not speak about 11 enough already? Because there we go again. 11. 11. Kitty is always surrounded by 11s. It's just that's what it is. It's about our higher self, our higher consciousness, our higher awareness, our higher knowing, our higher being. That purple energy. In fact, I'm going to put it out there to everybody, and I'm going to do the same too. Tomorrow, when you get dressed, put something on that's purple. Be in this higher vibracious energy. Connect with this 1010 portal. Connect with this powerful Pluto going direct. Connect with who you are from a higher self. That's our chakra, that crown energy. Activating your ability to be in the higher consciousness awareness of knowing that there is something changing about you and that you do listen and you do speak and you do move in a very different way than you've ever done before, as we all should be. It's in that process of how we are shifting. So, Kitty, any final words that you want to leave with all of us regarding our Scorpio, Virgo, Libra?
Well, interesting because everything's in duality tonight. 11, one falls away, one remains. Libra, and journey to wholeness is the freedom. When I balance those forces, that's the journey to I find that real freedom.
Yes.
So yes, this is the fall. This is getting ready for the great sleep and awakening, the time of reflection, the time where the light turns again. And so, yes, so my biggest thing would be to say, know that there could be a lot of things that I use the word activate instead of trigger, that activate you, and that you have an ability to, with discernment and maturity, say, that's not really a feeling I want to put forth and follow. And so let me use some discernment in my own communication with myself, not in a hard way, with a lot of compassion. Have compassion this week.
Yes. And I like to end it off with one of the days of the week that we did not speak about, which is also a very powerful day, which is Friday the 13th.
Oh, yes, Women's Power Day.
Yes, yes. Friday the 13th is the second Friday of the 13th that we'll experience in 2023. We've only had 2 of them. This is the second one. So enjoy your Friday the 13th. Wish and hope that a beautiful black cat walks past you, because it's actually really good luck when a black cat does walk past you. I was actually reading up on this the other day, and I'm like, oh, wow. It is really good luck when a black cat walks past, because that means something that you've been wishing on is going to manifest into your reality with that little kitty walking past you. So with all that being said, this is a powerful week, powerful energy. The astrology and numerology matches very well together, and I know I love it. I'm enjoying it and looking forward to this new moon that's coming through on Saturday. I paused because I'm like, what day is it again?
Well, and I think it's interesting we have all of this receiving energy in both Scorpio and Virgo with this Libra mind, sun and south node, and that we have this Woman's Power Day to receive, to nurture, to step forward. What will our moon be in that day? Our moon will also be in Libra that day.
Yes. Yes.
So yes. It's an important, just be gentle with yourselves and other people too.
Yes, so. Exactly. And again, like Kitty and I spoke, I believe in the last live we did, the first 2 weeks of October were very powerful weeks because there were a lot going on. We still have some powerful days coming through in October because we have other portals that are showing up. We have the 22nd, which is a portal, our master builder. And then, of course, we have, I was going to say Christmas, but that's not coming up just yet. Halloween.
Halloween. Well, we have Mercury still moves into Scorpio. Mercury is speeding through Libra.
Yes, yes.
And we have, of course, Scorpio starts on the 23rd. We have a lunar eclipse still on the 28th.
Yes, that's true. Yes. So we still have a lot of other energies still to come. And I'm sure Kitty and I, hopefully, maybe, we can probably go live maybe before the end of the month. You will still be here before the end of the month?
No, I leave the 20th, but I can go live. I'm bringing my computer so I can go live.
Yes. So maybe we will go live.
Play the game, Where in the World is Kitty?
Yes, exactly. Where is Kitty? Where is she at these days?
Where is Kitty? That'll be part of my introduction. Is
exactly.
Hi. I'm coming to you from today.
Exactly. Kitty is coming from wherever she's coming from. She's almost like Santa Claus, on Christmas Eve where the kids sit there and track where Santa is. We're going to track where Kitty is. All right, Kitty, let everybody know how they can reach you, and if there's anything you're offering, let them know about it.
I do solar return readings. I do birth chart readings. I also am beginning to do synastry, and that's relationship, especially with children and parents, adult children and parents, or smaller, because there's a lot in the mapping on how you support each other and what your lessons are. You can reach me at intuitionofthesoul11@gmail.com, or you can find me on Facebook at Intuition of the Soul. There's a private, get that, a private Facebook group, as well as a public group. So you can also reach me via that, but it's just as easy to go to intuitionofthesoul11@gmail.com. It's scrolling across the bottom.
Yes, because as she was about to say her email, I'm like, hey, why isn't that strolling? That's because I didn't push the scroll button. So now it is. So now you can see both emails, and you all know who I am. And I have an amazing Monday Moon Day 6-week course coming up as of October 16th. For those of you who are interested in learning how to utilize your daily moon energy to activate health, fitness, wellness, career, and everything in between, I would love to have you in that course. Reach out to me. You can email for more information and reserve your seat. It's a 6-week course, and I'm excited for this course. So Kitty and I will come back and play some more. Until then, take in everything that was shared tonight. Enjoy all this amazing energy. Enjoy tomorrow's 1010 portal, Pluto going direct, and so much more. So till next time, namaste. This is where we do our dance.
Takes a while to unconnect StreamYard.